Well, hello there. It's Friday, so you know what that means. It's the start of the weekend, if you're not retired. I feel like I'm retired. Had the toe dressed today down the hospital or health centre, and it's looking remarkably good. It's much, much better than it was. So that's good. So we're out here at a place called Pocklington, East Yorkshire, where there's a lovely little canal. What you can hear behind us is some common moorhens. There's also up there, above those trees, is some barn swallows, which are quite pretty little things. They, according to the picture, it's got a yellow chest to it. And there's a Eurasian blue tit as well, so just common blue tit really, that we've heard. And obviously there's the wood pigeon, and just ordinary pigeons. There's one flying over there. Actually, so what we are at this canal, so I'm going to try and get some decent photographs and or video, and we'll put it up. But beyond the lock gates there's not much to see. So let's finish our picnic and go. Really lovely here. Lots of purple campion, purple thistles, stuff like that. And we'll carry on along the canal path. These canal engineers were really smart. They followed rivers. So they had an ample water supply. And right beneath my feet you can hear some water rushing, which is the overflow from the river. And there's the upstream lock gates. See the shape of the gates in the V shape? They're being forced together by the pressure of the water. And over there, that operates a gate which allows water in to the actual lock where the boat would be. And it would fill this lake up to that level there, same level as water here, and the boat would come in. They shut these doors and then they go to the other end of the canal and allow the water out. So the water would escape downriver, the boat would lower, and then they could open these gates here. Very clever. One of the dangers of locks is when you empty the lock gate, is to make sure that the end of your boat's not on that section there. Well, you could end up being one half of your boat out of the water. You'd have to refill the lock gates again. Sorry, you have to refill the lock again. They have tried to do some maintenance on these things, but they just haven't had the funding. As you can see, where all the weeds. such a shame. Here we are at the other end. Now this is more of the traditional sort of lock gate, where they have the wheels actually on the gates itself, so they raise these up and down to let the water out or keep it in. And you can see the path that runs around the outside to allow people to get from one side of the canal to the other side. Blimey, 32 years ago, on my 30th birthday, my dear old mum and dad took me on a canal boat holiday for my 30th birthday. And anyway, we had a great time. I've got lots of stories about what my dad got up to when we were in a canal boat. Now, dear old dad was not very good at steering, and he did manage to run it aground a couple of times in between two locks. In fact, he put the bow into one side of the canal and the stern into the other, absolutely wedged it in, and unfortunately I'd gone ashore because I had my little dog then. I took the dog for a walk from one lock gate to another, and I left my dad in charge. Could I trust my dad to go from one lock gate to another? The answer is no. Because when I climbed on board, he had the throttle on full, with full helm on. And if anyone's ever been in a canal boat, you know that when you put the rudder over full on a canal barge, it has the opposite effect. It drives it the other way. So what my dad was doing was driving the bow in to that side of the canal, and he was driving the stern into the canal on this side as hard as he could do it. So anyway, as soon as I got on board, kick astern, just a little bit of rudder going the other way, got us off and got us out. Anyway, Sarah's up ahead of us. Well, that's a bit better. We're through a canopy of trees. Yeah, I've got a few more stories of my dear old dad in the lock. But yes, on my 30th birthday, 32 years ago, we went up a flight of 30 locks in one day. That was some going. We were in the middle of a thunderstorm. We had to meet someone's wife. We had a bloke called David on board, Mum and Dad's friend anyway, and they were off to meet his wife in, I think it was Wolverhampton or something like that. Anyway, the weather was so atrocious that everybody stayed inside, and I drove it up these locks. Luckily, there was people there to speed things through, so they opened the gates for us, and we just motored on through, which was very nice. Oh, I've got some lovely thistles here. Nice purple thistles along this bank. Press the right button, there we go. Look at all that. Fields of, I'm not sure if that's wheat or if that's barley. Very well. I'll find out. But it's got long tufts, long ears. Sarah will know. She's good at stuff like that. Anyway, let's move on. Sarah's just told me that it could be barley. And there's all the purple camping, isn't it nice? A few honeybees, I think. I think that's a honeybee. I'm not sure. Anyway, but Lady Sarah's up there. Let's go and catch up. We bought some seeds and mealworms and stuff like that in case there are any ducks. Well, there aren't any. The canal's all overgrown. There's not much in the way of water, which is a shame. What we've got here then, we've got a sign that says something. What are they trying to restrict us from doing? It's a no fishing sign. Let me show you what they could possibly go fishing for.
You can't fish beyond this point, but you can fish that point.
Can you? All right, so let's turn the camera around and show you what you can fish in. That's what you can fish in, which looks like a tiny puddle and lots of dead pondweed. And I would imagine everything from this point downwards would be exactly the same. So, bit of a pointless sign. Well, this is the second lock down from the main road, and you can see it's total disrepair. They've put up a brick wall to act as a dam to keep the water level at the right level upstream, and of course downstream there's nothing. There's Sarah. Just going to catch up. All this rabbiting that I'm doing means that she gets ahead, and I can't walk fast at the moment. You know, I can't wait to get a decent pair of shoes on, proper pair of shoes, but I don't think it's going to be the same. What can we see? What can you see over there?
Nothing, Darren, just rubber ground.
Well, what can we see down there? Not a lot. But that's where the gates would have been. Downstream, they would have folded into that recess. And the way it goes. I do like canal holidays, they're so relaxing, but damn expensive. Can't afford to go now. I don't think we're going to go much further. So I'll turn the camera off for now and film anything that's exciting on the way back. There's Sarah up ahead, racing ahead with Daisy, who's sniffing absolutely everything. Yeah, I don't know what they are then.
I think the pair of them.
We'll have to look them up. There's some interesting little flowers here. Like I say, we've got the thistles that have got the purple top to them, as well as these very faint flowers, tiny pale blue in amongst all the purple or red. God, I never know which is which. Either purple or red campion, but it's the same flower, a different colour. Great big field, massive. A few loaves of bread there, or beer. Wow. We stopped back at that second lock. We didn't go very far past it. Don't want to push our luck. And this is Daisy's first day out really in the wild. We've been to other places, but not so much in the woolly wild. It's actually cut my leg off. Yeah, but not so much in the woolly wilds as this. So we'll check her for ticks and stuff. Not that I've never seen a tick in my life. But you never know, you know. But yeah, it's very pleasant here. So let's do an outro to say goodbye. So, oh, we've just heard some geese. Are they flying over? No.
Unless in that farm there.
Yeah, it could be could be a farm over there. Lots of huts.
Some buildings.
Yeah, there is.
Come here.
So, shall we say goodbye? Say goodbye, Sarah.
Goodbye, Sarah.
Oh, it's a damselfly.
Don't forget it.
Yeah. Goodbye.